Conscious collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, changemakers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
Hi guys, it's me, Lisa, and I'm joined by my good friend, Michele McTeague. And hello. And together today, we are the Conscious Collaboration. Emily is not with us today. She's on a nice retreat, I hope. But
hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. But Michele was happy to join me because we've been cooking up a project together. And I thought, what a perfect place to share it, but with a conscious collaboration.
Right. People of like mind.
Yes, like-minded people. So Michele, tell everybody in the Conscious Collaboration a little bit about yourself and how we came to know each other.
Well, I've been a realtor since 1992. So I always was in the position of helping people clean out their houses, declutter their houses, sell, their house, find a new house. I was just always in the home phase of people's lives. And years ago, I took a feng shui class for real estate and realized, I already do a lot of this stuff. And then I started using that stuff in my real estate practice. And then out of the blue one day, I got an email, or maybe it was a LinkedIn message from your intrinsic school of feng shui partner, Steve Kodat, out of the blue, because he does it for real estate too. Hey, would you be interested in getting a certification in feng shui? And, yada, yada, yada. And then I came down to Florida. I met you. We hit it off. We've been in touch. You've helped me so much through my feng shui journey and learning and all that, wonderful stuff that comes with it. And here we are right now.
And here we are right now. Yes. several years later. I can't tell you how many off the top of my head, but yeah, that's right. Yeah. You joined our
21, maybe 22.
Yeah,
22.
21 or 22. Yeah. Yeah. It was, you came to the classes we had at the Sunken Gardens. I love those.
That was wonderful.
We should go back there sometime next time.
We should. That was a great place to learn about feng shui.
Yeah,
to start learning.
It's a really good, that's a beautiful background. But so since
we've just become friends over the years.
We've become friends. And, practically once a week at least, we've been hanging out together virtually and practicing I Ching together. And the Conscious Collaboration's familiar with I Ching through energy check-ins. And so guys, Michele and I have started our own YouTube / podcast. We're not really quite sure what to do with it. So we thought we'd share it with you, but we're doing what we're calling an I Ching mashup. That's where both of us are casting I Ching. And I love how your camera zoomed in on you.
I don't know how to turn that feature off, but
it's so dramatic.
It really is.
It is. But both of us cast our I Ching and talk about current events and what's going on energetically. And so we're going to share that with you today and set our intentions. So let's do that.
Yeah, this will be interesting because normally we have a little chit chat early and figure out what our intention is.
Yeah, we're gonna do it right here. That's right. Well, they're used to me and Emily, doing the intentions on the fly. So our intentions can be, this collective is very much aware of that snake skin energy that we've been talking about. So that uncomfortable shedding of the skin, and everybody's just itching to break free and get into that fire horse energy like we are, moving forward and just champing ahead. And everyone is aware that we're in period 9, so feng shui period 9, time of revolution. Yeah, we thought it was going to be like peace and love and fun change and Aquarius, like hippie. But
Yes.
it's been just disruptive, I think,
Tumultuous.
shakedowns. And but we know that as in any um, tower moments or in any change, the other side is a rebirth. So
Just a cycle.
it's just a cycle.
Buckle in,
Yeah,
chill out. It'll be fine.
we'll just talk about it. Yes, Michelle always says it's just a season of life, and we very much feel like we're in that fall, winter of the seasonality of things, and we're looking forward to that spring and the fruiting and abundance.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that being said, let's say that we check in on the general energy surrounding the Conscious Collaboration Collective.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's listening to us, who found us, and what do we need to know so that fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm. What do we need to know so that there's so many things we should probably be asking about? So let's name a few things. Let's name a few things and we can
okay, and then we can
narrow it down. So like we talked about last week, what do we need to know to kind of ride this crazy wave through the end of the year and get through the holidays and into the nice quiet time after the holidays with our sanity and our health? That was one thing we talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about something similar to that. We could say, we could open it up to more of a more global, like how are we going to work?
Yeah.
How are we going to navigate our way in this global energy while keeping our conscious collaborative energy intact?
Mm-hmm.
How do we not get tracked by all of the craziness going on?
Yeah.
When you're doing like collective energies, you really do got to keep it general. You really have to.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing about the conscious collaboration and our listeners, it's change makers and thought leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people going against the grain, a lot of business leaders, people starting up charities. There's, just a lot of innovators.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I like what you said a lot about having an awareness of what's going on globally, but not allowing us to
be stifled by it.
Yeah. Or stifled. Ooh, stifled is a great word because that covers everything. I was thinking everybody has what is it? Fight, flight, or fawn. Yeah. But stifled kind of covers all of that because, some people are getting off a task or doom scrolling or, doing things that aren't going to help push forward any initiative, whether it's personal or for the greater. Everything should add up to the greater good.
It should.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be like, how do we stay centered and almost like buoyed to our center point during this tumultuous time so that we don't lose our connectedness to the collaborative energy or to the creative energy? Like, how do we stay calm, cool, and collected in the middle of all this? It's really easy in today's world, especially, but it's really easy to have these grand plans or these ideas or how you want to behave or be in the world. And then you look outside and you see what's going on. You're like, well, what's the point?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really crazy out there. Like, it's so easy to kind of just be like, oh, I'll just keep my light under the bushel basket for another minute or two.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do to not stifle ourselves? How do we not fall into that?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the word stifle. Let's say, what is the current energy around our collective at this time, and what can we do so that we can move forward with an awareness of what's happening globally but to remain anchored to our vision and adding it all up for the greatest and highest good.
Okay. I don't have a notebook with me to write that down like I normally do.
That's okay. We have our transcriber. Okay. So I can reference those notes. Okay. So we're looking for 2.
I'm such a great shuffler. I'm going to try it different today. I'm going to try to shuffle from back to front.
Mine came. Wow. Okay. That was too much.
I know.
Okay. I got mine.
I have 2 that just.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think the bottom. Okay, the bottom one. We always decide the bottom one is the one that's first, correct?
I'll let you make that call.
I think that's what I'm going to go with. Anyway, my theory of shuffling, like pulling the cards from the front and moving to the back instead of shuffling from the back to the front, worked because I dropped cards right away.
Perfect. I mean, we could try other things like that. You could just be like, I don't know, eating or talking or drinking while you're shuffling.
Yeah.
It'll just make you a stronger shuffler.
This first card I got is so cool. It has like 3 moons in it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that one. Did you see that movie or the series on Netflix? It got canceled, but it was based on a book, and I think it was a 3-body problem. No? Oh my gosh, let me Google it while we're talking.
3-body problem?
Yes, and it even features a scene in that movie or series of somebody casting I Ching.
Ah, interesting.
And it's 3-body is referencing celestial bodies. So there's actually like 3 planets.
Cool.
And so the rotation of it.
Okay, so this has to have something to do with our reading today.
It does, right. So it affects gravitational pull and the seasonality of
right,
the planets. Right. So yeah. So anyway, it is. If you ever, they're not going to complete it because I think it was too expensive production wise on Netflix. But the 3-body problem is by Lou. Oh gosh, I'm going to mess up his name. Sixen. And I think is he Chinese?
How do you spell it? The last name?
Cixin.
Oh. He's on? He's on? Like there's a Chinese restaurant in my hometown, which freaking amazing. If you're ever in Pickerington, you need to go to Jija Chinese food. They're amazing. And it's spelled Xia. Xixia, Jija. That's how they say it. So maybe it's Jija, Xizhang, or
yeah. So it was written in China, and it's won awards there for the novel. It's really very cool. But my favorite scene was there was this really epic scene where an emperor is casting I Ching, and they're all trying to solve the issue of this celestial planetary problem. And it has to do with military. I mean, I don't want to give away. I'm just going to have to read all the books now because it's not coming back. And I was so into it, but it has, so it's talking about the crossovers between science and philosophy or religion, spirituality. And so I think it's really, I don't know, it's going to have something to do with our reading, I bet.
I think so too.
But anyway, I love that. So that's the first thing that came to mind when I saw that with the moons or the celestial bodies, and boy, do we love moons, right?
I do. I tried to go see. So we are out of town right now, and there's an international dark sky park not far from where we are. And so we went out to dinner, and then we were going to go to the dark sky park and take in the full moon. But guess what? It's on Lake Michigan, and there was Balfour twins.
Oh my gosh!
And
yeah,
actually drove all the way down into the park, which is like through this tiny winding road, 1-lane road down through all these trees, and it opens up into this beautiful park with an observatory. And of course, it's really dark because it's an international dark sky park.
Oh, that's
we
beautiful.
couldn't even get out of the car. It was so windy, it would blow you over. So,
oh my
and there
gosh.
were lots of trees around. I was really not wanting to be hit by a tree.
Yeah, no, that would be the way that one of us would go, though, is getting hit by a tree.
Probably. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, let's talk about it. So my first energy is the well.
Ooh,
it looks like this.
Love the well.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like
that.
a wishing well. It's like, just looks like this. It reminds me of this place called Devil's Den in Gainesville, and it's like a sinkhole that's like this deep, deep well that you can jump, you can dive into.
That's really cool.
Into like
that's a really
caves.
visual. Yeah. Those things on the bottom are looking kind of phallic to me, though.
They do that. They do that. Here, let me and then forward energy. What do you have for forward energy?
Limits and connections is my forward energy.
Okay.
I know. Interesting.
Look how similar this is. Temporary obstacles.
Oh, I hate that. We've been pulling that too much.
It's lingering. I know.
That's just the theme of life right now, I think.
It is.
It's a cycle. It's just temporary.
It is. Exactly. All right. Well, we'll have to learn that lesson one more time. Yeah, we keep getting that sneaky temporary obstacles back in there. So I think it's really just a reminder, right? I mean, there's a reason why it keeps popping up.
Really, when you think about it, there is not a single thing that ever happens in life that doesn't have some kind of little temporary pain in the ass thing pop up.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you're planning a wedding or painting a bedroom, or working, working with a client, or there's always some kind of little things. And I guess the temporary obstacles that are sometimes easily solved, those are kind of fun to work through and find to find the solution to.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps us sharp, and
I actually love those little problems, like working through those, especially coming from we do a lot of house renovations and stuff like that, like flipping and buying investment properties and selling and stuff, and you just never know what you're going to get into. Now, if it's a huge foundation problem, I freaking hate those problems. But if it's just
we don't need that.
Yeah, there's just a little problem, you can't put your TV there because there's not an outlet there, and you can't get an outlet there. You just have to figure out and rearrange everything. Just little things are fine. Just temporary obstacles that are bigger, I don't care for.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
if you have enough temporary obstacles, it seems like one big boulder of an obstacle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is very
death by paper cut, little things.
Oh gosh. These are little sharp
they are
looking things.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, so
I like my card better. Doesn't that look nice?
Beautiful and refreshing. It looks like a place I need to be right now.
I know. Limits and connections. But you would think by the name, limits and connections, you would think that's kind of
right,
maybe confining or restricting, but you set the right limits and have the right connections, you'll feel like you're in a peaceful oasis, I guess.
Ooh, limits and connections. Yeah. It is coming back to me what that one's about. Well, let's start at the beginning and talk about the current energy. I'll let you kick it off, and I have a feeling that I'll just add in what's pertinent.
Okay. Well, so my my current energy is excessive pressure. It's number 28 in hexagrams, and it is light above and wind below. And that's what this is such a cool picture. That's like the wind blowing the lake up over, and then you can see the 3 moons above it. I'm really curious about the 3 moons, but it says something.
Is that like a tidal wave on it?
It's the wind going underneath and blowing the waves up. So it could be, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It could be a tidal wave. But sounds really ominous, but
It does. It always does.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
Something is about to collapse. That's the first.
Okay. Well, we knew it.
Yeah. A great pressure is causing an imbalance that needs correction. If the dam is about to burst, moving out of the way is your first priority. When the roof is collapsing, run first and choose your destination later. Okay, that's like in a case of serious, like all of a sudden excessive pressure.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
says extraordinary times bring out the best and worst in people. And when a great weight is upon your world, powerful moments present opportunities to make great gains because everything is in a state of flux. You can either move in the direction of positive change and improvement or towards stagnation. And that's kind of what I said in the very beginning when we were trying to formulate our intention. It was like, like you want to do things, but you look outside and it's crazy and you're like, well, I'll just keep my basket over my leg for a little while longer until it's safe to come out. And this is
or like,
saying,
why bother?
Right. And this is saying you can do that and you're going to be stagnant, or you can choose to make positive moves and have great gains when shit calms down.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. So it says you must go gently to the heart of the issue, to the cause, and then a smooth transition is assured.
Oh my gosh. I have made notes all over this one because I've gotten it quite a bit. I love the last line in the overview.
Mm-hmm. Of my card of the 28th?
Yes. Or like, of 28.
So it says the very last line is now is the time, dare to win.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah. You never know the extent of your abilities. Yes, that part is like so good.
There's this person that I follow on Facebook. His name is Jim Palmer. Mm-hmm. And he started this, he used to be an evangelical pastor. And he had an unreligion experience. Like he gave up his religion. He's extremely spiritual. He actually started a non-religious spiritual center, which I haven't looked into yet. He does a ton of writing on Facebook. And he literally he just did a whole post about do hard things. It's how you grow.
Oh,
and then he listed like do hard things. And then he listed an example of something he did that was really hard, like leaving not just religion, but his career, because he was a pastor of a mega church.
Yeah.
So like do hard things because that's how you grow.
Yeah. And it's how you test your abilities.
Now, this world is the most fertile field to do hard things in right now.
It sure is. Yes.
Right now. In the hard times.
Yeah, exactly. That like little last section that lines up with what you're describing. His life purpose seems to be, that's how you test yourself, and you're taking a risk and just putting it all out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly.
There's a couple of people that talk about their lives, like thinking about our lives from as if you're watching a movie, and like, what would you be saying to the main character? Like, what are you doing? Don't go in that door. Or why would you give up now?
That's great. That's actually really a good way to look at things. Like, because I often think like, if I was giving myself advice, like if I was someone else and I came upon myself doing something, if I was asked, what advice would I give myself? Or what would I give the other person? Oops, sorry, I moved my leg. What advice would I give the person I, saw struggling?
Yeah.
What would I tell them? Why would I treat myself any different?
Right.
I feel like if we treat ourselves like we would treat our friends or maybe even strangers, we would probably be a lot more happy in the world.
Yeah. Or even like our children when we're encouraging them to try something hard.
Yeah. The difference is our children know that they have us to fall back on if something goes wrong. We're their safety net, whereas we don't have. We have.
Yeah.
If you have a strong connection to source or God, whatever you want to call it, I guess that could be your safety net. But it is a little different when you don't have a mom behind you going, "You can do it." Like,
no
matter what. Yeah.
I know. It's like, I don't know. I mean, would you consider yourself, if you were outside of yourself, would you want to be friends with yourself?
I do think
Yeah.
I'm pretty fun.
Yeah. You are pretty fun. I spent a lot of time with you. Yeah, I mean, we have our higher self, we have our collaborators,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, we would trust ourselves that we
Yeah.
could do it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Well, I'll be your rah-rah person, and you can be my
Yes,
person.
I
Okay.
think we are. Yes, you got
I think
it.
we already are. You're right.
That's why we're trying this I Ching mashup, and
Right.
thanks everybody for listening to us.
Yes.
By the way, as we develop, we'll share links inside the Conscious Collaboration Collective, which is our closed and private Facebook group. And I'm in there, Michelle's in there, Emily's in there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a demonstration of something that can happen out of many years. You know, a lot of people are scared to try I Ching by themselves because it looks so daunting and scary. And when you see the translations, they look like Bibles. They're like huge. And there's so many different versions. And a lot of people just don't even trust in their own intuition enough to be able to read.
Right. And that's the key. You have to be able to trust in your intuition.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool sometime for us to try to do a reading with only the info on the card and not look at the hexagram.
Right. I think we're headed that way. We've been doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
How many change lines do you have?
Line 1, 3, and 4. Change on mine.
Interesting. My eyes are crossing.
Your eyes are crossing.
Yeah, it's just poor lighting where I am. I just moved 2. I just have 1 change line. That's so strange. I almost want there to be another one.
That's kind of good though, because it means the energy is more stable, right?
Yeah, it is. Energy is very stable in this. You know what I was thinking about I was pulling the temporary obstacles in the forward position, and you're talking about excessive pressure. It seems like sometimes when the path is too easy or something comes to us, like our intuition just serves it up and we're like, aha, that's the answer. And is like, wait a minute, that was too easy. Yeah, you second guess. And then you cause yourself a whole bunch of other complexities and obstacles that didn't even exist. Like, why do we do that? I feel like that's a little bit of this energy too.
Mm-hmm.
So the well is where...
What number is that?
That's 48.
Read along. Okay.
Yeah, read on along. Yeah. Oh, this is a lot. I will skim read this. Yeah. Self-development is key to reaching down to tap the water of the clear water that is in the well. So I like that jumped out at me. That's the well that we want to feed from to be able to sustain life and provide constant, inexhaustible source of nourishment. So we've been talking a lot about that nourishment, keeping ourselves whole, but we really need to do that deep inner work to access the cleanest water.
I feel like I'm getting slapped by the universe right now because at the beginning I said, we just kind of look around and don't really want to do anything. We don't want to put our toe outside the door. And there's a line in here that says, beware of shallow thinking.
Right. Right. Yeah. I've been talking a lot about this with friends. And please, like everyone, remember to keep in mind the intention that you set out to describe at the beginning of this reading, because it's a tendency we can wander all over the place. But I think this can also apply to personal relationships when we're talking about shallow or depth. I don't think that our listeners are this way, but there's a lot of people that are okay and completely content living a very surface level life. They're not wanting to go deep, and that's fine.
Ignorance is bliss. There are many days that I wake up and go, why did I go down that rabbit hole?
Why do I know? Why do I want to know so much?
Because now I know shit I can't forget.
Exactly.
I mean, there are certain times where I wish I was still soundly asleep and enjoying my life.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's those times And I've been talking to a lot of my friends who are dating, and I have lots of matchmaker friends, and also in a lot of social groups and so on and so forth. But how many times have you sat across the table from someone and really not had anything deeper to talk about than this coffee is good? I've been here before.
Yeah.
There's no depth. There's nothing to carry on the conversation. And it's just kind of like, okay.
I mean, really, if you can't have a conversation where you come away feeling like you either learned something or you were in the presence of someone who really added value, to your, at least your
right.
time with them, like, what's the point?
What's
But
the
again,
point?
that's the cost of being more aware.
Right.
Going, the more you learn about yourself, the more you're going to want to learn about other people. And a lot of people don't want to. They don't
Right.
know their deepest feelings.
Right.
They don't even know what they are.
Every opportunity, well, every conversation is an opportunity to perhaps solve something for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yeah.
And oftentimes problems solve themselves. But when you're willing to do that deep reflective work within yourself and also open up that in conversation with others to
Mm-hmm.
learn more about their perspective beyond what you see in the surface, if you're open to that,
Mm-hmm.
so much can come from it. And yeah, it says, remember, when greater depth is sought, lessening the speed of normal operations may be required. So it requires us to slow down quite a bit.
I know. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and I both know.
Yeah, it does. All right, let's cover your change lines. Let's go from the top. I think you said 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my top line that's changing is 4. Let me make sure we're right place. So 4 is friendly relations with different people can become critical, bringing good fortune in times of crisis. But if you depend upon the support of others, you must keep their interests at heart as well as your own. Otherwise, misfortune results. Meaning, if you just keep taking, and needing their help and you get nothing back in return, they're probably not going to like you very long.
Yeah, we call that reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you feel so drained, you're with someone that's always taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and also if you're already under excessive pressure, um, maybe you don't have the capacity to
Yeah.
give that reciprocity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So maybe that's something you need to address to that other person. You're like, I'll get you on the backside. I just can't do anything right now
Yes.
in this space right
I love it when people are honest with me like that. Or like sometimes I get, because I can tend, I know I'm more of like a type B kind of
now. Hmm.
person. But I can get pretty type A in project management and so on and so forth. And I'll just be like, what, did they not get my email? Like, what's going on here? Like, time is ticking. But I love it when someone says to me, like, oh my gosh, like I've just, things are just piling up on me. I can't get to it, but I promise I'm going to get to it by this time
Hmm.
tomorrow. I mean, just,
Yeah.
set the expectations, acknowledge, say you're not at your full bandwidth to do whatever it is that you need to do. But people are scared to say that. Like they're scared to say, I'm not able to do this right now.
Well, when you think about it, when you are telling someone that either your energy or your capabilities or whatever are limited, that's being vulnerable. And in
Yeah.
order to be vulnerable, you have to be authentic. And in order to be authentic, you have to actually know who you are and go down the well and nourish your soul.
Yes.
Right? So if you don't do all
Yes.
those things, they're not going to tell you they can't get the project done by the due date.
Right. Oh
They're
boy.
going to avoid it.
These go along together so well.
They do.
So
Okay.
that's the interpersonal. I like that.
Yeah, that's 4. Line 3 is plunging willfully ahead during risky times against the advice of your friends and intimates invites trouble and is likely to make things far worse. Action is not advised, but neither is obstinacy. Obstinacy.
Obstinacy.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you.
okay.
Obstinacy.
Okay. Wait,
Obstinacy.
what was that first part?
It says plunging willfully ahead during risky
Okay.
times against advice of your friends and intimates invites trouble and is
Okay. So
likely to.
listen to our friends and don't just plunge straight forward taken that big gamble. Oh my gosh. That was directly for me.
Yeah, well, because, we're in excessive times, it's probably excessive pressure times. It's probably not the best thing to go out just
It's not.
willy-nilly.
No.
And then my number line 1 changed. So it says, when embarking on ambitious undertaking during turbulent times, the wise take great care, especially in the beginning. Proper planning and the laying of a good foundation are too often neglected in the excitement of the moment. Such carelessness is bound to cause problems later. Attend to careful preparation now will leave you in a much better position in the future. So that's common sense.
Yeah, we should know this.
Sometimes if we get excited about something, maybe we don't have common sense.
Yeah.
Maybe that goes out the window.
Yes. I mean, there is a part of me, because I am Aquarius, that I do tend to...
It's not that bad, Lisa.
Yes, I do tend to go all in for a vision in something to the point of like it teeters in the line of delusion, or being able to see so clearly something that isn't quite manifested yet.
I witnessed you do that with me, actually.
Yeah. But sometimes it's good.
You can just do this and this and this, and then we'll be there and it'll be great. Like, okay.
Yes. Yes, but a lot of times that works out to my benefit, but this might not be that time.
No.
Yeah. This might not be that time. My only change line within the well goes along with what we've been talking about. It says the water in the well is clear, but it's not being used. So that like inner knowing and that clarity is inside of us, but we're not using it. Mm-hmm. This illustrates a situation of a person who possesses talents that are being ignored. Others will begin to neglect you when you neglect what is best in yourself. At a time such as this, nothing significant can be accomplished, even when bad fortune isn't indicated.
Wow. That's pretty harsh.
It is pretty harsh, but I think we all needed to hear that.
Mm-hmm. To extend that a little bit too is, like there's the water in there, but you're not diving in there to learn more what's in the water, what's in yourself. But then there's also a subset of people, and I am not speaking from experience at all, but there is also a subset of people who do that deep dive, who go to the well, who see the water, experience the water, and just keep it all to themselves.
Right. Yes.
Know the change on the outside.
Well, so I think like when we were talking about earlier with, cheering, being our own cheerleaders or parenting ourselves through something at this time, is recognizing the talents that we're ignoring that we have.
Yeah.
And trusting in our clarity. Mm-hmm. And that's something that, in a lot of I Ching readings, I do it a lot. Like, what should we know to be able to have clarity? But we already have clarity. Mm-hmm. So how do we access it? How do we use it?
How do we actually trust our clarity?
Right.
I can access it fine. It's trusting it.
Yes, trust in it.
Yeah, trusting the clarity. I think too, this is kind of on topic. It goes along with it. It's not exactly what we're talking about, but I feel like most people try to appeal to a broader swath of people. Like, if you start showcasing your talents, it will set you apart from the herd. No matter who you are, what your talent is. Nobody is the same as you, right?
Right.
Whoever you are. And you have to trust that those people who appreciate your talent or need your talent or want to use your talent somehow are your tribe. They're going to find you. And there's going to be some people that you were appealing to before because you were like dulling it down, that are going to be like, well, that's too weird for me, or that's too for me, or that's too this for me. And they're going to drop away, but that's going to leave room for other people to come in that you can share your clarity with. that you can share your talents with.
Yeah. We're not meant to be for everybody.
Mm-mm. But we all, I mean, I don't want to say we all, but most people want to appeal to the broadest spectrum of people.
Yeah. I think I talked to you a little bit about those books I was reading about the male brain and the female brain, but it is more of a female tendency to people please.
Yeah.
So to want to distort yourself and how you're projecting to be more appealing or easier to be accepted by everybody else.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I do know some men like that too. I feel like, like women, just naturally, just innately, because we bear children, most women have a more outward look as far as taking care of needs. Like we take care of our house first. But there's plenty of men out there that have that same kind of heart, like that same kind of, I'm married to one, like he would rather make sure everyone else is okay before he is. And I have to remind him frequently, like, you need to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's way off topic.
No, I think it's related. You'll see.
Okay.
So the forward energy, what was yours again? Mine's temporary obstacles.
Limits and connections.
Oh, okay. Let's see how these mash up.
Mm-hmm. You want me to go first, or you want to go first? Okay. Limits are necessary to channel energy, guide purpose, and lend direction to life. Constantly swimming in a sea of boundless opportunities leads to exhaustion. And I will also add confusion.
Yes.
Winging it alone, wild and free in a sky of unlimited directions and opportunity only leads to becoming lost. A key to a successful life is to select your limits consciously and carefully, to be discriminating in the setting of personal boundaries, but also knowing when to fly in formation. And again, this actually to me ties right into your well card, because you don't know how to be discriminating. You can't set your personal boundaries with determination and with insight if you don't do the work, the inner work. You don't know. If you don't know what your talent is, what you want to share, how you want to be in the world, who you are internally, then there's just really no way you can be discriminating.
Right.
Like, how would you know? Yeah, how would you know? So just as thrift often precedes prosperity, letting go of selfish interest leads to greater personal reward. Only by consciously accepting useful limits can your energy be channeled to good purpose and lead to lasting accomplishment. Yeah, you have to aim for a middle way between discipline and freedom of spirit. As a Libra,
yes, yes,
yeah,
that's the more balanced air sign.
Yeah. It says if your guidelines are too difficult to live with, frustration will build and ultimately become destructive. And if the rules are too soft, sloppiness will become acceptable and energy will dissipate. The best path is one that allows for the unfolding of individual potential while encouraging self-discipline and focus along the way. That's really hard to do for yourself.
It is really hard to do.
Yeah. I don't care who you are. That's hard to do for yourself.
The best path is one that allows for the unfolding of individual potential while encouraging self-discipline and focus along the way.
That's hard.
Yeah. It's almost like we need to be able to break things down into more achievable steps. We can't just go, which I would love to do.
Yeah, this is like pyramid. This is exactly pyramid feng shui. So you have your top goal at the top of your pyramid.
Yes. Oh,
and then you have to start from the bottom. Like, I got to do, this is the most important foundation step I have to do. And then after that's done, then I can do this step and this step. And then it gets smaller all the way up to the point where you hit your goal. That's exactly what feng shui, pyramid feng shui is.
Pyramid feng shui. Yeah, that's right. Did you add pyramid feng shui to your bio?
You mean on the IFSG page?
Yeah, either on the...
I think I did. I was just looking at it yesterday. I think it's on there. Yeah.
I'm going to check it out. Yeah, that's really cool that you're certified in that, because it's hard to get certification in pyramid feng shui.
pretty much damn near impossible right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes. Anyone that wants to learn needs to contact Michele at this point.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that all turns out. Yeah.
Yeah. Temporary obstacles. So to add to what you're saying, since I've gotten this a few times, I've made some notes. But I like this one. Without irritating grains of sand, oysters would never make pearls.
And I love pearls.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing.
They are so cool. So if you're facing an interruption of your progress, do not be overly concerned. Challenges are part of achieving every goal and every undertaking, like Michele was saying earlier. Setbacks and reversals can affect morale, but keeping up with your self-confidence in the face of obstacles is part of the successful solution to many, if not most, problems.
Mm-hmm.
Obstacles of short duration are best handled with a yielding attitude. Go around the boulder. Don't put your shoulder to it. Boom.
Great advice. Right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that is great advice. But I do feel like sometimes we get too headstrong. Sometimes our heads are too big, our egos get in the way, and we're like, no, this is what I want to do. I'm called through the boulder.
Yeah, all the time too. Like, I think that perfectionism too is a problem in itself when you're facing a problem instead of accepting that you've moved past something. Like, why do we need to just overkill everything?
Yeah, just move on.
Just move on. You got it to a good enough place. People are happy. Move on, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
So I think this is really, again, very perfect in our mashup sort of way.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I think
like a good evolution.
What would you say the general takeaways are here?
Gosh, I would say because we talked a lot about being able to discriminate and discern in situations and being able to access and trust that we have an inner clarity. We would trust ourselves as a friend or a guide or a collaborator.
Yeah.
So why don't we trust ourselves?
Right.
And we can collaborate and cheer each other on. We are trusting that we're all moving towards the greatest and highest good, despite any distraction that's happening and turbulence. It's to be expected. It's the season, and I would say, gosh, to add in there, what would you add in there?
I would say any project you want to start now, no matter how small or large it is, you got to do your planning first. And you got to set your foundation or don't do it at all. This is not the time. Yeah. This is not the time to go get a half-baked idea and figure it out on the fly, which I like to do. But
me too. But now's not the time to do that. And also now's not the time to gamble on a delusion.
No,
a huge vision.
No,
make sure it's actionable, achievable. Break it into segments.
Right,
you're headed in that direction.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, girl. These are always very personal for me.
Me too. I feel like the I Ching is talking directly to me, and I'm sure people watching probably feel the same thing. That's what's so great about it. It's 64 cycles of life.
Yeah.
That keep popping up, and we all have to deal with them in our own way, but in similar ways. There's a certain way out of each hexagram, or a certain way to learn or deal with each hexagram. And we can all find our own ways in which to do that.
Yeah. And it's, we're all, if we believe in this collective consciousness, we're all facing very similar, relatable things. It's just how we're, a different perspective, a different...
And I really, truly know, I won't say I believe, I know that we all came here knowing what the hell we were getting into. We just don't remember that. So
right.
You're like, wait, I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. You just don't remember it. It's part of the game. It's part of the fun to figure out how to get through it. It's like a game.
I love that also. It is like a game. I love that, just like in
It's
a
like the game of life.
It is a game of life.
It's the only thing that takes longer than playing a game of life is real life.
Right. That is the longest game ever. Yeah. And this is just an ancient tool. Can you imagine if no one used it? I mean, it says even here, Confucius spent a good time of his life studying and writing about the I Ching. And that was 2,600 years ago.
Well, excuse me if my phone or my camera is going to screw again, but I love this book. The Complete I Ching. Do you have this one?
I don't, but you've showed it to me.
This dude is real old school, but he does a great job of it is so comprehensive and amazing. It really is. He breaks down the upper and the lower trigrams and what they mean and how they blend. It's a really great book. And really insightful.
The only part I ever read like cover to cover in any of my I Ching translations are the glossary and the introduction, and they're all so neat and different. I mean, and yet follow the same principles. But I think this is something, and I will. My kids are aware of the I Ching. They've pulled cards or tossed coins with me before. I wish I would have found this earlier. Paul O'Brien's version in the introduction talks about the benefits of using the I Ching for intuitive decision-making support, mental clarity, non-attachment, which is just a constant struggle.
Yes.
Relaxation, clear intuition, and just overall great advice.
Yeah, like how to interpret what's coming, like how to interpret like we did here, going forward energy, how to where we are now, where we're going, and how to not just navigate that, but how to interpret what's really going on.
Right.
So you can navigate it. Yeah. It's really interesting.
It's so compatible. I
started doing this with you. I can remember the night when I was in your school taking classes and we had a Zoom meeting on the I Ching and we hung up and I was like, what the was that? I don't understand anything she just said.
That's right. Yeah. That's how I felt too when it was being taught to me.
This is wild.
This is wild. Yes. And and I can understand. I mean, it's almost so wild it alienates you, but I think that's what's cool about what we're doing in our mashups together. And it is what's really neat is I work with astrologers and human design readers, and the I Ching, it mirrors
a bridge to everything.
Yeah, it connects with all of these things. So it's to benefit if you use divination and tarot or astrology, and then also complement it with I Ching. It'll bring about the whole story. So I think it's neat that we've been doing these mashups together, and now we're publishing them. Which is very exciting, but that we've never had one to be like, oh, just throw that one away. That one's garbage.
Ever.
They're always so special. Like, oh my gosh, that is what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And, so it feels like a very, well-intentioned, it almost sounds like scripted, but it's not.
Yeah.
But
so the thing, and maybe I'm wrong with this, but the thing about I Ching that I think is super cool, I love astrology and numerology, all those. I love it all, right?
Yeah.
To me, those things are kind of more esoteric. They're, where are the stars in the sky? What's the birthday? What's your number and your birthday? Those are are kind of, whereas the I Ching deals with cycles of time that happen on Earth to us, and we have to live. We have to live through these energies that happen within the realm of Earth. It's not like we're looking up to the stars trying to figure ourselves out, or looking in some abstract numbers trying to figure ourselves.
Yeah.
Even though it says excessive pressure, you don't really know what that means till you read it. And when you do read these descriptions, you see it's truly a cycle of time that we've all had to deal with before, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is happening on Earth while we're living here. To me, that makes the I Ching even more
reliable
and human, relatable. Yes,
because it's of this earth. Yeah.
It's more tangible. We're living in that soup, right? Whereas, like, we don't know where the stars were the day we were born, or most people don't understand the gravitational pulls and all that stuff.
Right.
How it affects us, right? But we do understand the shit we're living through.
Yeah.
Or at least we try to, and that's what the I Ching addresses.
It's just plain as fact. It's,
now if you take your astrology or your human design and apply it to what the I Ching says, then you can work with your human design type or your astrological sign and those traits that come with it, then you can use those and apply them to the lesson that you're learning from I Ching.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, I think, to the point of playing the game of life, finding these tools along the way and seeing what works for you to be able to so many people, and I've heard it a lot, especially in clients or friends, people feel lost at some point in their life. And they're like,
sometimes at many points.
Yeah. Why didn't anyone teach me this? Or, how can I do this? Well, here's a way to empower you to trust yourself and your higher self, or, if you need to with a friend, or you can listen to me and Michelle and, do these readings. But, I think it's a great tool for just living life in a more empowered, making your decisions. And it's like, gosh, over 4,000 years old, or environmental science, to be able to learn. I mean, can you imagine the first people that set out to write this, trying to learn how to escape floods? Like, okay, these floods keep hitting us and wiping out the town after we build it. How do we avoid it? Let's go learn about everything from the turtles to to the water to the mountains.
Back to the beginning.
Anyway, but this has been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I know we missed Emily. We'll have to do another one day with Emily when she's back.
It would be fun to do one with her on the call.
Yeah, she's very good. And every now and then she'll add in some tarot or what are those cards called where you just pull the one and it just gives you like Oracle cards. Thank you. Yes. See?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things to be done. Well, guys, if I hope this helped you. If this resonated with you, tell us about it inside of the Conscious Collaboration Collective. Our closed and private Facebook group will keep you informed of our channel and or podcast, how it evolves, and how you can get involved in learning I Ching and matching up with us. Thank you, Michelle. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. All right, guys. We'll talk to you in 5.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment, mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.